Hi guys. So some of you would probably recall an earlier video I did on a product called Orbit Key, which is essentially a key organizer that turns this mess of keys into something not a lot neater like this. So to explain again, this is essentially one leather strap. Okay, it's pinned together here at the edges. So so it is here, right? All the keys are stacked together, and you can open that and close them up pretty much like a Swiss Army knife. Okay, so always like this. I found this is a very neat, very elegant solution. Okay, certainly those of us a bit more old-fashioned, where we still have a bunch of keys lah for to go in and out of our houses. This is certainly a very convenient and elegant way to organize them. Okay, now this product here, of course, is sponsored by my friend Jeff Tan, who runs this business called Ori Bags. They are based in Setia Alam. I had a separate video introducing them, and yeah, so he knows my fascination with keys and whatnot. So he has recently given me this. Okay, so that there is the liquid key organizer, and it does the same function as the Orbit key, except that it consists of these two metal plates, okay, a bunch of screws and washers here. Okay, basically it also organizes your keys into a foldable Swiss Army like mechanism, but yeah, but it visually it resembles the calipers of a brake disc. So for a car enthusiast, that is a visually appealing. That's visually appealing. So this one, okay, as you can see from what is thrown here, is a far more technical product. Requires more a bit more planning and effort to put together. So let me just show you the screws first. These are the screws. Okay, so you don't use them all. There are 4 screws. You only use 2. They are the short screws and they are the long ones. So you either use both the long ones or both the short ones, and it's dependent on how many keys that you have. Okay, so if you have only 1 or 2 keys, you use the short screw. If you have more keys, you need more space between the plates, you use the longer one. So I am going with the longer one because my keys are thick. So these washers also come in 2 thickness. Okay, there is the thin washer and there is the thick washer. Okay, so before we start, good preparation work really would be to plan your keys, the sequence of how you use your keys. So I have got 4 keys here, and I plan to use them in this sequence. They are to be used in this sequence. So what you would want to do first, a bit of prep work, is to match, okay, the right amount of washers to match the thickness of your keys. Okay, there is use for that. Let me which will make itself clear enough as we proceed in the video. So you can see I have put, okay, I've really put washers together that to a point where these washers match the thickness of the keys. So now next comes really to stack the keys together. So we start with this one, the first key I want to use. Now you notice that the 2 metal plates, they already have built-in washers. The washers have one function, is to enable the keys to move smoothly with each other, but there's also another purpose. So let's say that you take these two keys and you put this one together, right? Without putting the washer, the keys will just collide and when you fold them in. So what you do, what basically how it works is, let's say you put this key on here, then you stack this washer on top at the opposite side. So but before we proceed, you want to check the how it looks the other way. So right now I've put this here, okay. This indentation here is for you to put your finger in to pull the key out. So yeah, this arrangement works for me. So I'm going to stack the keys on one on top the other according to with the washer and yes on the opposite side. So this would follow the sequence which I want to use the keys, and let me just stack them here. Okay, remember, key then washer the other side. And remember, when the last piece to go on top, this piece here, the indentation has to be on opposite side. Okay, so I just put this here. Okay, and these two washers right here at the other end. Okay. So these two long screws, put them through, and gotta match. Okay, once the screw has found the hole, quickly make a couple of short turns, just to get the screw in. So now the screws are in, you just have to tighten them. Now the other thing to take note is that the tightness of these screws, you want to think how tight you want them, because that affects how hard or easy it is to open the keys. So guys, here we have it. This is the completed assembly of the liquid key organizer. Visually kind of reminds me of the calipers of a disc brake. Okay, so completed assembly actually looks pretty nice, pretty solid. It feels weighty. Okay, this thing is heavy, it's metal. So I think those of you who live active lifestyles, you may prefer the lighter leather strap of the orbit key, okay, which is easier to handle, not so bulky to carry. But this one, okay, this one gives you the added satisfaction of a more technical appearance, a more sophisticated appearance. Feels chunkier, feels dare I say manlier. Okay, yeah. So the visual appeal of this to me is very, very good. And so another thing I quite enjoy doing ever since I switched to this key is that I can do this. So I can just insert the whole key in. So it feels like I'm wielding a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, so that feeling of substantialness when I use this, I rather like it.